question to be asked. Where have I been? I'm a shapeshifter at this masquerade, hiding both face and mind, free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, what a should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark. Moments of calm, nothing to be found. A mirror in front of me is where I find an empty glass, reflecting there's a truth. It's every what's to be told. I need the mask. I'm a shapeshifter at this masquerade, hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, chained up to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide. Just a case of once, there's nothing inside. When it always me, burning down the walls, is there a way for me to break? I'm a shapeshifter at Boo's masquerade, hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.
Hello, it is me. This is a game you haven't seen during the week, because we need to get through it. If we have one case to do that is the length of all the others we've done, we'd be at it for another month if we did it one day a week. So, most of the characters in this will probably be not voice, but not like, I won't change their voices, I'll just do my normal one to make it faster. That's my plan. So, we're going to be playing this most of the week, depending on how I'm feeling, / what have you. So the goal is to try and get it done before, Saturday so we can start the next game on Saturday. Will that happen? I don't know, maybe. We'll see. I doubt it, but we're going to do it anyway. For Crash Team Racing, obviously. Duh. How you doing, Pains? Hey, you're going to that tank museum? Hell yeah, dude. And you're turning 25 Sunday? Look at you. Hot boy the youngin'. If I don't see some dang diddly crash on the stream, I'm gonna riot. Bruh, okay, listen here. I'm actually pretty tempted to play. Oh, let me make sure there's no updates for. Okay, cool, there isn't. I'm actually pretty tempted to play, to try out the new Blaze Blue cross tag. Because no more DP assist, it's clap for me. That's like Omega clap. Like, the new BB tag sounds like pristine, dude. How is that even related? It's not. I just remember reading it on Twitter, and I was like, that sounds cool. I might do that, because I didn't do that originally. I didn't do DP assists. Literally never. Not true, you did. I stream the museum. I'm streaming on my birthday if you want to swing by. Hell yeah, dude. Alright, let's get this game started, yeah? But now I don't need to feel it. Yeah. Well, I know you didn't. It don't matter though. But I'm tempted to see what it's like. So we'll see. We do have a lot of Phoenix Wright to go through though, so that may just consume the entire week. We shall see. So, for those who don't remember what happened, we got through the first part of the trial by the skin of our teeth from Miss Lying Lady. Even despite the fact that she just threw out apparently supposedly conclusive evidence via a shoe, you know, because that's a thing. Because, you know, witnesses can just whip out another piece of evidence, be like, hey, there's this, and just was waiting to use it. Just someone called my bullshit. And I was like, what? That's how, you know, the justice system works. 10 out of 10. The just us system, right? Pretty much. All right. We are going to go ahead and continue from the end point of the trial. So, February 23rd, 11:56 a.m., District Court, Defendant, Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. Oh yeah, that's right, there was the piece of cloth and the muffler that no one knows what the hell it is. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the only one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Or I'm the one, yeah. Oh, God. Hola, partner. Hey, what's up? They say you show a red claw to the bull and it'll fire up its temper. What's up, Marshall? Maximum K. Kona. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. Got a home range down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. Takes like 4 giant swigs. You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all? Eh? I've seen the red breeze blow her slender neck many a time. I saw that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. Sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee! Steaks, dude. February 23rd, 12:32 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 9. Alright. Back at it. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Whoa! Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be! This can't happen! What happened to Mr. Edgeworth? What is happening? Well then, I believe it's time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock? Who's there? Who in the actual hell are you? What's with this guy? Listen to this music. A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. What? Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? It's you. Two! Oh! Sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads are packed, it's just me. Long time no see, eh, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy smizzy, Udgy. My boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgy seems to be a nickname for the judge? I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? You're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, huh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime, jolly. Little worthy? Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. What? Excuse? Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. What? So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at that poor fellow. I am lost. I'm gone. What is happening anymore? I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's Sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. The crime occurred and Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. So that was what stuck in the muffler. A muffler! It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing this is. Or this. Quite perplexing this. Chief! What kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth! How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Oh, didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there, Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair! On the day of the crime, I had... Your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. Huh? This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. I mean, he's not wrong. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Really? That took a year. Press the button. What? Ching. Ah, don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. This dark red stain. Blood? SL92. Found at the crime scene wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. Huh. Oh god, sneeze time. Kills me. Whew. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife? Sure thing. Not a problem, not even a little one, really. Department and what is happening? All right, keep going, I guess. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, huh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Objection! Wait a second! You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. What? Order! Anyway, we at the police department. We're all flustered, as you might as well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places? Chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. What's up, Zeal? How you doing, bud? I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay. Alright. Let's see what we can get. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. What's going on in this case? Oh, God. You would probably have wanted to watch Saturday's VOD to know what's happening here. It's a long story. If I wanted to sum it up as quick as possible, two sisters, the older sister, who is the chief prosecutor, killed the detective at the prosecutor's office, while we just now found out that apparently a second murder happened the exact same time at the police department. We're trying to figure out what the hell is happening. So there was a double murder literally at the exact same time in two different places. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Alright, what is happening? Right, this knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to this case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. Oh, I know exactly what. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. Should try presenting the piece of evidence that has me stumped all this time. So how are things down at the department? So, remember this? This is the closest thing I can think of because the tag on this, SL92, I think this is the closest thing I can come up with. Like, I'm gonna go with it. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Aha! And honest to goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. Oh, it's upside down. What's this? 6 minus 7 S 12 2. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it looks like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Order, order. Well, Chief. Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. This knife was stolen on the day of the murder. It was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Where's my parrot talking girl, Maya? Maya's gone for a bit. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp hungry. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lena's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? Detective was killed at the police department. Okay. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot? Another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. Suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one, this kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. So... Alright, so... Here's the thing that I'm gonna go with. We have an assumption that the victim was killed by the switchblade knife that was at the other... That was supposedly from the other murder, right? Where the victim was found, I don't know how much that matters in this... Well, if he's not lying about when the victim died, he already said it was at 5:15. So we know that. We know that when the victim died, it was 5:15, according to him. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. But we're just going to go off the assumption that we're using that as true facts. So 5:15 is when he died. Or when, I guess, the murder happened. He could have died later, who knows, but we'll go with we'll just keep 5:15 as that. How the victim was killed, we're gonna go with the assumption that the knife was... that the switchblade knife was a part of that. So the only thing would be where the victim was found. Is, like, the big question we don't have right now. So I think we're gonna go with that. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Chief? The defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. Connection is a place, mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen. From the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. Hasn't been announced yet and all. We get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. The victim's division? So... let's see. How about... I guess we could start with the victim's gender? Okay, how about the gender of the victim? You want to know that? Okay, a hint. Let's see, first hint, the gender that's not female. Aha! He was a guy! What did I tell you? The boy's sharp. Stop goofing around, Mr. Wright. This is serious business. Sorry, Your Honor. Hey, tell that to the chief of police. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. That knife. What was it doing in there? Or what was it doing there? Better check this knife out. It's nice whenever the case was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. Okay, no, we got that already. So, let me look at this again. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. EL6 maybe? It's a case number? That's weird. What? I don't remember where... but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the court record again. I mean, I think that's just like... if you were to select that first, I think. Let me try this again. Let's try... the victim's division? Okay, well, what division was the victim stationed in? Oh, you want to know that, do you? Do you? Aha! Criminal Affairs Division 1. The detectives responsible for homicide cases. Homicide. Or would this be the same division as Detective Gumshoe? Detective Goodman, who was killed in the underground parking lot, was homicide too. It's almost like a serial killer was after homicide detectives. Except the serial killing happened simultaneously, scientifically speaking. Well, I sure hope Detective Gumshoe isn't next on the list. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. That knife. Yeah, it's the same thing. What was it doing there? Better check this knife out. So... is it wanting us to present the knife? Because we've looked at everything we can on the knife itself. At least to my knowledge. Just that one, it's just the tag is the only thing that, like, is something we can, like, look at. Maybe? Okay. I wasn't sure exactly how they, Knife was evidence the case was stolen from the department's evidence room. Let me try the last one. There was only one thing that lit up. Let's see. ID number? I'm just gonna try everything at this point. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. What does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. The numbers! Hey, what's up? What's up, Sean or Allo? How are you doing, bud? I see you a-woeing down there. Oh. What? Hello? Oh, don't shush me. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department. Tells you something? What does it tell you? Check out this! Take that! Witness. What is... Uh-oh!
The prophecy is true.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharnier. Hello. Thank you for fulfilling the prophecy. Much love to you, bud. Thanks for the follow. What is it, Mr. Wright? Oh my god, is that type 1? Yo, long time no see, brother. What happened if I subbed? Hey, you're gonna have to find out yourself, bud. Things happen when you sub. Just saying. You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. John, shut up. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. And that's what you get. Thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. Much love to you, bud. Are you hyped for Iceborne, dude? Nice. Now you get exclusive emotes such as a comfy emote, patting someone on the head, Throwing hearts out randomly. Twice. And a fifth emote that's in progress. Which I haven't decided on yet. Zeal's got the yay going. Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. Not a raccoon. Everyone's like, what? This means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten.
Oi.
You just use a quarter hunter. Good job. You didn't even get the first number right again. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Oi.
Maybe. It's a Raftalia. It is not a Raftalia. Just saying. Go on my Twitter and you'll find out you're wrong. I'm just kidding. You're all good, bud. People like to meme it because of the one commission that somebody got for me that exploded, and it was raccoon. What do you mean react to your point? I did. It's true, I can't. Number chief gave us, yep. Objection! Smack jab objection. Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as attack, Righto. Sharp as attack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. Oh, really? Nice. Well, I do. In the evidence room at the exact same time. What? The same person dying twice at the exact same time in two different places? I'm sorry. That's not how life works. That's impossible! So what we're saying is... Heck, how much did I miss of this? There's like one VOD you would have to watch of this to catch yourself up to this point. And like we're 40-ish minutes into this, so yeah. The same person was killed at the same time, and in a completely different location. Oh, you're all good, dude. Don't worry about it. Order! Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Too lazy, I respect it. Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? Huh? The oversight, the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! Excuse me, but it's Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief. Sir, I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me! He said that report had nothing to do with the Lena Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Ah! Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. Hey, well done. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... Can't? No such luck this time, Worthy, or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Oh, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No! No! Oh boy. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You slamming over there? You better get results this time. Really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. Uh-oh, here comes Ramen with her bag of quarters. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this, whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Thank you, Ramen. Slap. Very well, court is adjourned. To be continued. Oh boy, this just escalated really fast in a direction I did not expect. I 1000% did not expect that entire thing to happen. Holy crap. I see you pointing over there. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? Oi. The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot at the police department's evidence room. What's this in the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Rip quarters. Rip ramen quarters. Thank you, though. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. Science! February 23rd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was our only victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum wasn't empty. The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Sister erasing evidence of the crime scene? Never! Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not. The water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is... luminol testing fluid! Luminol... Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. Testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Oh, God. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Just shooting everywhere looking for blood. Press space to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains. Spray all the things. I know where to look, but like... I mean... examine blood. Whoa, zoom enhance. You can see her eye is shining behind those glasses. So, is this a blood stain? It's so, Emma, you're shaking! It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, we will definitely know that this is a blood stain. Or, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But it doesn't seem to strike you as odd, scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? I'd say the amount. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain, okay? Or where we find a bloodstain. See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Skye. You can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Hey, what's good, Sage? How you doing, bud? Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! Feels like we're really investigating crime now, doesn't it? I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Ha! Oh! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr! You only trust your own eyes, Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Okay, listen, Star, what are you doing? You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that I wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand! That's unforgivable! Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the Cough-Up Queen. God, this character, dude. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go? Or fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Can we present her with this? What do you think about this? SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over, not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Can we, like... Can we examine stuff with spray? Ah. Aha! I figured something like that was gonna be a thing. What? No. Ow! No, I wanna look at the thing! Yes, thank you for letting me look at the spray bottle. Hey, look, it has Emma's name on it. Well done. But I want to spray! Why can't I, like... There we go. I was like, what am I missing here? This blood must be from when Lena... No, my sister isn't the murderer. But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged. Hey, just whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So, this means that Lena's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Okay. There we go. That's better. Spray everything! Bap, 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 bap. Spray the entire floor! Anyway. Can we present you the... this? Okay, so it's the same thing. Okay. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? We probably have to go do some digging on the SL9 incident then. Let's go to detention center. February 23rd, detention center visitors room. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gantz say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department's murder? Let's come back later. Oh, okay. The criminal affairs! Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Makes my head hurt. Well, first things first. Let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up or we could wind up dead. Doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Okay. Casually just, Dude, where's the blood? Find the blood in the criminal affairs! Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know it's here. It's not here. I lied. I will find all the blood. The blood of my enemies. February 23rd Police Department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. So the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is. A kid at an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. We can just walk in. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, boy. February 23rd, evidence room entrance, guard station. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So, beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime? It sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. So do I! And that's why you... check for blood! I mean, you never know, right? Look at all this stuff. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? Punchy? Paunchy? A pinchy? I know, a poochie! Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Yipes, these sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. It's cacti. They're a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Cased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing out in every direction. spies pointing in every direction. Oh, good God. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. I mean, okay. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch. Say it'd be more of a yerk myself. Hello. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. A light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. Bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. I mean, if I could do it, I would. I like this the most. Look on the floor, a lasso. Like it's set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Oh wait, I know! Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here, but the lasso missed! You sure have an active imagination. Alright. Let's, I think we're all good, so let's just go ahead and go in. Oops. Oh, we probably need to examine the pad. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we'd need someone's permission to go in there first. I know what we can do. Court record. Badoop. Let me use it. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. Okay, it's the same thing. But I literally know what I could do to walk in, but it won't let me do it. Dang you. Alright, so I think we have to move back out front. Okay, so let's go to the underground parking lot. You have anything yet? Nope. Go to the High Prosecutor's office, aka Edgy's room. Well, this place is as classy as today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. Guess we'll have to come back. Okay. Well, I think the only thing we can do is present something to her at this point, right? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room, but even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? Come on. There we go. That's what I was waiting on. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence. Of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be... Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. Oh boy, how was I ever? And then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. Haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait! Those lunches you sell! There is only one reason I came to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? It's when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared. Have new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Receive from Miss Star. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Ooh, Miss Star? Sir Marshall, is he your, are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. Time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now, oh, he's so cold. He and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. Hey, let's see. Thank you. Jake Marshall. Alright. Go talk to Jake. February 23rd Police Department entrance. Place is charged with frantic energy as always. Please. Huh? Wasn't that? One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal, now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day that a detective was killed at the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And that perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch, pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. Bye, Gumshoe. Time to go get me a steak. Ran off to the evidence room. Oh, this investigation is off to a running start. All right. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, I think I know who they're talking about. I am now worried. February 23rd Detention Center Visitors Room. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. It'll just get confusing. Whoa! What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Hi, greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but this Mr. Edgeworth is anywhere on the premises? There we go, I remembered his voice after a while. I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Well, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't... Is he... You, Officer Meekins, you didn't... Did you? Perpetrator's Office Meekins reporting, sir! What? What? This is an unexpected turn of events. Sir, I'm a patrolman with the General Affairs, sir! Sir! Ow! You're fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business in that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. Well, normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person! Yo! What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red, I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. It's like Miss Sky. Another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Oh, well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, what had happened, when the detective pointed the knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. Next thing you knew, you were... Huh? And then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock, sir, oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? Victim's body disappeared? Some story. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with that sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a perpetrator or a victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that. Ah, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Sir, I work at a tiny department devoid of all light or other creature comforts. I didn't know any detectives. I don't know. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay. I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. What's up, Kai? How you doing, bud? Anything in criminal affairs? Nope. Can we go back to the guard station yet? No. Alright, so there's more we need at the... Okay. I've been better. How you getting on? I'm doing fine, bud. Oh, what the hell? Weird. Alright, let's see. What can we present him? Officer Meekins, you can take a look at this. I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry. I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Passing the buck, Mr. Wright. Takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Maybe... No? I don't really think there's anything I can give it. Maybe... Go ahead, sir, laugh! Laugh at me, sir! Huh? I know what you want to say. You're going to tell me how she has one just like it. Me? Why would I... I know, sir, I know. I'm the only one without a girl with matching badges. Nowhere I'm alone, all alone. Is that so wrong? Life isn't all about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir. Are you talking about those badges on her coat? Huh. I'd like to think there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory. Officer Megan, okay. Do we need to go talk to Edgeworth? Edgeworth here? No. Oops. That's not what I wanted. I want to go back here. Hello, guard station. Knock, knock. Can I enter the door, please? No, thank you. Okay. Maybe something with, Gotta be something with Meekins we can present with him. Maybe this? Hey, why do you have that? That's from the day. It was taken at the prosecutor's office. The day that Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So this means I'm a free man, innocent! If this is a dream, sir, then I hope I never wake up! If this is a dream, you'd better wake up right now. Okay. My badge is the real deal, though. No. Okay. That doesn't work. Okay. What am I missing here? Okay. No. I mean, yeah, none of this is pertaining to him at all. Yeah. Okay. We can't do anything criminal affairs. What am I missing here? Screw it. Time to spray. Suspicious, where's all your blood, Edgeworth? Let me see the blood of my enemies. Excuse? What? It looks like some blood has dripped down here. By the amount, my guess it's from a nosebleed. A nosebleed, huh? He in his wrath. Your Edgeworth slapped someone for their incompetence? Detective Gumshoe's face come to mind. We found the blood. We found it. What are we gonna do with it? Nothing. We already did that. You do what you want, is my answer. Maybe we need to... Maybe I need to spray in here for some reason? No. Oh, what am I missing? Is there... You know what? You know the ones. Okay, well. The blood, sweat, and tears did not translate to the guy. What do I have left to do? Yeah, Hunter, do which one you like more. Answer found. Alright, what am I missing? Literally presented him with everything possible. Except this spray bottle. And nothing. Well. Only thing I can think of is presenting her with something different, but what? I feel like we've already talked to her about everything. Like, possible. Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No. Oh, alright. Okay. Maybe we can spray the front for reason? Like, guessing at this point. I have no idea where it wants me to go. Maybe there's blood all over the car or the people. Blood on the door handles. I don't know. Not like I can go anywhere through this guard station. I can only go back to the police department entrance. Everything else is like I've examined in some way or another. At least here. Checked all that. Checked the computer. I checked the door. Maybe I can check the door again. Oop. No. Maybe this? Hey! That's it, sir, that's it! That's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember, sir! You mean you remember what happened? Correct, that's card! That card was the cause of it all! This ID card? Exactly, sir, that's exactly it! Nothing can be more exact, sir, nothing! Better pry into this one a little deeper. Okay, there we go. I was literally missing by one. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. That's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was flustered as you are right now. So I whooped him and leapt at him. I whooped and leapt at him. I whooped him. I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir, that's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No, thanks. I have my own. Guess we better go check out the crime scene. Okay, now we have reason to go back there. Better. Right, now can we go here? I look at these. Okay. All right. So I guess we don't go back here. Boop, boop. I thought it was, prosecutor? No. Okay. Ah, here we go. February 23rd, police station, criminal affairs. Hey, Mr. Wright! Look who's standing at the chief of detectives desk. It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, huh? You know what it means if there is anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, under his things, under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Ha! Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Gant reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? That's quite the music for Gant. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. You mean, instead on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, righto? On karma. Ooh. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. But wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. That the detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. They're being the prosecutors, I assume? Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And in this particular, well, it's a little sensitive. And I can't talk about it. Wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier? Huh? You saw that? Whoops. Wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. But they took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. Lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? Date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. A half-written document dated 2/21 can only be submitted to the chief of police. Should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Isn't that the same date as... Okay. Alright. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Righto asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate it after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give him $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content and knock yourself out. Goes to show you never know until you ask. And for you, here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go to the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Hey, now we can finally go do this. Finally. Door. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my bambina sky so gray? There he is! Officer Marshall! Why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Oh, well, what do you stand there for? Get along, little doggies. Crime scene's awaiting. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us, hombres.
You know what will, though?
That smell. Oh, reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Star. What's this? What? What's wrong? I feel like steak lunch. I see. It's high noon. Oh, King's coming at gunpoint. Just put the gun away, Smile. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Take lunch, give it to Officer Marshall. All right, Bambina, you win. Ask me anything. Fucking good. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of the security for the evidence room, right? Good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Ah, that poor little doggy. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong, calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look like it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Note, riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli that sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. Always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? Well, that was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. Well, what kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The R.V.R. case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. I know maybe two of your machines. I know maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? Must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well. Have a good night, Zeal. Much love, bud. I like them bells much like a stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves the record of every ID card that passes through. This is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina. I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. But Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. If there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We only keep evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here until the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. It happened to SL9 2 days ago. See this? This is the victim's ID card. The one that was on the ground at the parking lot. Number on this is 5842189. Sir Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Yep. 514. Look at the 4th number. It's a perfect match. Used at 514 before the stabbing. That's funny. Alright. It's used at 514 right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cars in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. Wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you You asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card? What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! If he had his ID card, then... why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekin? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. Okay. Got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Hit. Alright, let's go to the evidence room. See what we got. Yo, is that the metal detector from... oh my god. Evidence room sector 3. Quiet. Investigation must be over here. Or must be over here. This is the evidence room. It is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to be... graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try moving, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Hey, gumshoe. Whoa! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is this true what I heard?
Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, I can't borrow $50, I give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire, knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true.
So, Chief of Police Gant. Loan anyone $50? Even me?
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today.
Just for today? Boss for a day.
Well, guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day.
Gee, thanks.
First of all, you'll want to have this.
Evidence room floor plans added to the court record. Okay. Alright. So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day?
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial.
In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again.
I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess-up in court today.
I see.
I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case.
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it.
Using their ID card?
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. I'm on my third card since entering the force already.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. Only the locker we can open is our own.
Funny, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handle, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handle is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it...
Zap! You get a shock!
If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and present him with this real quick. Oops. Not yet. I want him to take a look at this list first. But could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing.
Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
What is it?
That second number.
It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe?
Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What? Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Well, it is interesting. Interesting. All right, let's start looking around. The place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with dreams. So sure about the dreams. Look, it won't open. Did you really think it would?
Hey, pal, our security is high-tech around here.
Something sticking out of here. Like a shirt. Guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here.
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had been breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot, too. Bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either.
If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal.
Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. Looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of the human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. Sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is.
Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it.
Wait, I've seen that somewhere before.
Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gourd Lake, remember?
Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And I don't think I've seen this one before.
Oh, that's a bug sweeper.
Sure,
I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later.
cheap-looking box?
You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart.
All right, be everything here. All right, let's slide on over. Oh, well, this is good. Looks great. Let's start with the blood. Here. What's this? Blood! It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? Should use her testing fluid to check it out. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps?
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there?
A piece of SL9 evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was. Before whatever it was broke. You want to try to put it back together?
Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Oh, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh boy. What? Oh boy. Hang on. Flip. Rotate. Maybe like, oop, not that. Oops. No. I keep hitting E on accident. There we go. Okay. Oh. Okay. What? So hard to tell. The what? Oh god. Okay. Not quite how I expected that to go. There we go. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing.
Yeah, I got that far in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it.
Were some pieces stolen? Bet they were missing to begin with.
Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
Kind of understand how it got broken. Okay. What's the saw and paint doing here?
Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression.
True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we are witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger?
Well, you might say this is my studio.
Here? In the evidence room? Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe?
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know.
You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Okay. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door's lit.
That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint.
Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it.
It's empty. Must have taken the contents elsewhere. Okay, so I think at this point we want to go ahead and spray. Knew it. This is someone's right handprint.
What?
What's the matter, detective?
This locker. It's mine.
It's yours?
Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that it wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals?
This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans.
I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
What? But you're a detective. Dang, that's a lot of blood over there. Must have been one of the massive. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. Not a professional. What's your opinion, detective?
Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien.
This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked.
Okay. Okay. Just slide back. Oh, okay, hi. I forgot the coach was gonna be there. Aha! I figured there was something to do with that. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This might be something significant.
Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief.
Where'd you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. Okay. I don't think there's anything else we're gonna find here in terms of, like, blood, you know what I mean? Alright, I think we're done here. Okay. Let's see if he knows anything.
Sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. Now the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand.
This is neither wild nor west here.
Aha, but that and this are two different things entirely.
I guess so. Huh? I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy.
Sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place.
Okay. Right? Alright, let's go ahead and... Nope, nope, not that. Alright, so let's go to... I want him to look at this list. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? Wow, really? Okay. Is Edgeworth available? Maybe she knows. She might know something she might know something on the list. Maybe? Oh, I guess not. Okay. Nope. Nothing there. Okay. Edgeworth? Nope. I think we need some sort of solid evidence to talk to our boy here with. No. No. Hey, Gumshoe. Maybe this? Okay. Let's see. Hey, look. They're hard to make out, but there's some dark red stains here. Like blood. You think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. Blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. There was evidence in the SL9 incident. Might be when the blood got on it. Okay. Tag says SL911. So this is another piece of evidence from that case. You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing. Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag. Zag? Is that a word? Do you challenge me? What, are we playing a word game now? Maybe there's something else we can look at here that we didn't? Oh. If we put these pieces together, it makes a jar. There are two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. Make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. Okay. We did that. Already grabbed all that, did that. Don't need to go up there. Either there's something maybe there's blood I'm missing? I doubt it, though. It seems like we got the big ones that mattered here. Because we got that. Pretty much sprayed everywhere else I possibly could here. If there's anything we need right now, it's the frickin' security tape from Mr. Man Marshall over here. Sure have a lot of monitors in here. There's 8 cameras in the evidence room and all. One for each section. Which monitor shows the section where the crime took place?
Why do cattle sit before the rains come? It's not for man to know.
Unless you're the security guard responsible. Okay. No. Evidence would we even get away with at this point?
Take this bottle.
Oh. What evidence is left?
Look at my attorney badge.
Look at it. I was about to say, you know what would be hilarious? Is if the broken piece of the King of Prosecutors trophy fit on this jar for some reason. That would be super funny. I don't think it's a thing, but it would be super, super funny. What do I have left? What can I present here? Evidence does he want? I already presented her with everything here, right? I think I did, yeah. Yeah. Well, crap. I don't think that any of this is gonna help. Yeah, I don't think we need to talk to her anymore, to be honest. Everything new we've gotten is literally she's not said a word about, so. Pretty sure, well, maybe. Maybe the floor plans? No? We already had him take a look at this, so that didn't help. No. We're done with Meekins too. So we probably need to go back to... Okay. Oh. Can't open the lockers.
You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents.
No, this department lacks faith in its lock system.
After all, Detective Gunman was stabbed here after opening his locker. At the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office.
Okay. No. What am I missing? I see you being company over there, Soma. Is your comfy? Well, I don't know. Figured that'd be updated in here, but yeah, this is the thing we did before. We already know it's Edgeworth. Right, so we already have that. We already presented this to Gumshoe. I don't think there's anything else realistically we can give. Yeah. I feel like it has to be guard station. I feel like it has to be something here. I'd give you. No. No. God damn it, Mr. Sheriff. Yeah, it sure is prickly. It must be real. Best keep your distance from Bill there. You're liable to get hurt. Billy? The cactus is a name? Billy, you're wearing your cowboy hat in your hand. My rawhide cow skin 10-gallon hat. I just picked that up, but Billy took a fancy to it. It's like it got stuck on the spines and he couldn't get it off. Well, gee dang it. Look at the floor, it's a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. I just rode me a steer with this here lasso. What? It was a bellowing moo pal moo! Gumshoe, I presume. Right, the door. I turned on the card reader. Go have yourself a ball, partner. Hi, the ID card. We already did. Smile. What is left? What can I do? Maybe. No. What am I missing? I've got to make him do something so that I can get the security tape. Or something from the security tape that helps. I feel like. That, or I need to find someone else who can fit another one of these numbers in there. But I don't really have anyone else, because I thought Meekins might know, but... Oh. And I already presented it to him once, and he was like, nope. Alright, Hunter. Have a good night, bud. No. Much love to you as well, bud. Move. I'm missing something in the evidence room.
Found a Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbing Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Oh, wait, I didn't mean. I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. There's someone else who must have, There's someone who must have had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay. How does he not know anything about that part? Oh, he lost his ID. Uh-huh. That's interesting. I never actually looked at this yet. So he was about to try and write his ID was lost, but he wrote the second number wrong. Okay. Maybe I need to spray again here? No. Found that. And I've already sprayed here like 4 times already, so... Yeah, I don't know what I have left I can do. Take a look at it, Gumshoe. Yeah. I mean, he's already talked about that once before, so he just talked about how he hates that they moved the shit. Alright, so we're giving Gumshoe everything possible. We need to move. The only thing I have left I can think of is this. You! What do you have? What do you have that I want? Everything, apparently. Look at this swing door. It's like a Wild West saloon. Sorry, partner, but we're closed for the day. Huh? Y'all get along home now. I think Officer Marshall really wanted to be a Wild West bartender. I always wanted to say that. Okay. Leather.
Those aren't pants. Those are chaps, and that's a poncho up there.
Aha, Poncho! Sure looks cool, but the name is a little silly. Okay. Well, I literally cannot think of anything to present to him that he already hasn't, like, shot down, you know what I mean? Which we've already done, like, everything in this list, I feel like. Everything that matters. I'm just checking through one more time just for the sake of it. Yeah, I seriously don't think he has anything. Yep. And I know we checked the gloves already, so I'm not even gonna bother. Where else can we go? Where else can we go? Here's a good question. Any ideas? Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. Ugh. There's that business with him not reading that officer's report about the killing at the police department, right? Chief of police was right about that. But I can't help but think someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. Okay. Well, where should we begin? Oh, well, it isn't obvious. We should begin with that, you know, that thing. History of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in 2 places simultaneously? Well, you see, we should go to the police department. The evidence... We did that already! But we did the thing in that place. Bleh. This is before you went there? True, yeah. Right. We already got. And we've already... I mean... Okay. I guess then there has to be something else in the... Try checking elsewhere. What? Time to examine for blood again. I will find the blood today. Look at all this blood I have. I will find your secrets in blood. I'll find all of them. Okay, there's nothing. Only place I can go now are like go back to here. See if I can find some other random piece of blood randomly or something. Which I don't think exists. Because we pretty much checked everything possible here. That would matter. Because I already found that, right? Is Edgeworth here, maybe? Nope. Ah! Okay. We already presented her with everything new that we had, and she didn't know anything. I figured she was going to know something about the ID card record. But, nope. Maybe... I'm gonna bet he literally knows nothing about any of this, but never hurts to check, right? Pretty much, yeah. Well, I didn't show everything to him because I know there's nothing else that we could show him that would do anything. Because it doesn't advance anything anywhere. The only thing that would have done anything, in my opinion, would have been the ID card record. I still think it's this dude. I'm still adamant about it being this piece of doohickey, man. Yep, we already did this exact thing once already. Nope. Yeah, this is the same one. Alright, so he gave us that. Right? I already presented the trophy once. Same thing here. Oh. Ow. Is it really just not Marshall? Wow, I don't think it's Marshall. Yeah, it's not Marshall. I've already shown him everything else in this list at least once. Yeah. And then I showed him everything else, so yeah. It's 1000% not Marshall. Okay. Alright, Gumshoe. Yep. I've seen that.
Hey, that's it.
That's the king. Yeah, that's the one that Edward got. He already talked about it once. Can we talk to Gantz again? No, I went back there and we can't. And that's the same thing about the card. Same thing about that. You already talked to him about that. Because of the SNI connection?
That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared.
But why would evidence for a case turn up now? Or that case?
I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case.
Like what, Gumshoe?
Now that was a bloody violent case.
Violent? So it was a murder.
Serial killing.
Serial killing? Yeah, I don't want to get involved in this after all.
But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
This was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight. And it started the rumor mill.
Rumors about forged evidence?
It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see?
So, that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself?
Hey, pal, look at the time.
There's something you needed to be going to?
It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day.
Sorry, what?
It might help, you know.
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems?
Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he could use a report like this. I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe?
I'm off, pal. Later. Goodbye.
We should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. And now we can talk to Edgeworth. Fine. Time to go talk to Edgy. Oh. Move. To Edgeworth! February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office. Excuse me. Yes, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info's on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So, Edgeworth. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a big yawn. but as a communications error during the investigation.
Killing evidence?
Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again.
Again?
I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago.
You okay for the trial tomorrow?
Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However,
Something happened?
they gave control of the investigation over to the police department.
Police department.
Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results.
I see.
Why, I ask you, why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still,
Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. What can we present you that would probably matter? Hey, look at this. Oh, right. I'd better check this now.
as I was saying, what's this? A record of ID card usage?
Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less.
Yes, that's true.
Why, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less.
Chief of Police?
He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office.
But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed.
The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Ask what kind of case it was?
I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case.
Oh, I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it.
That's super fishy, but alright. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. Yeah. Whose side are you on anyway? If I just show my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. Oh, come on. Really? Maybe this? No. Okay. Maybe, was there something else to talk about with him? No. Okay. We already did that. Ah, okay. It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in.
You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later.
Must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Cool, okay.
The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time.
Use the yawning, jeez.
Damon Gant.
That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then.
He was top officer and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous.
Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation?
In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints! It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Yawning time. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about we give these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Covers fingerprints from handprints for comparison with fingerprint file. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. You seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. I know where to go, yeah. Let's go. Oh, she's gone. Police department entrance. Going to the guard station. He's gone too. Going to the evidence room. February 23rd, evidence room sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. Finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. Really can't tell the difference at a glance. Wait, quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With space. See? Ah, looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With E! Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. Might take some getting used to, though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. Guess I'd better give it a try. Whoa! 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 Oh God. I'm hitting E, but not okay. The heck? I don't think it likes what I did. I think the game disagrees with my findings. Okay. What? The heck? How's this? I don't get it. Being super weird. Oh, I get it now. Okay. Aha, you did it. You found one. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But, it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. Seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Like this one. Blip, 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 blip. Blip, blip, blip. Jesus! Yay, a print so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Fun with science! Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? Yes, she's right. Look at the fingerprint data, we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker? Monsieur Gumshoe. Definitely Lena.
Scanning, 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 scanning. Scan enhanced.
Whoa! We did it! Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. Guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there's one other handprint in this room. Well, let's check it out. Where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right, there was a handprint here. Okay, want to try using this? There go her eyes sparkling again. Check for prints! Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? Only ended up finding it using chemical means. Thank you very much, Hyver, for the raid. The Bonkmeister. How you doing, my dude? Welcome to Fun Science Investigations Things with Phoenix Wright. Tired? I feel you. Much love, bud. Thank you. What's up, Stream Meets? How you doing, bud? 3 hours of ranked Beat Saber? Oh, man. Okay, well, you're tired and my tired are two different things, but I still feel you. We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away, too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of our hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Other than the bloody hand? Oh, we have to, like, select something. Okay. Game? I would have figured it like the handle here or something. Okay.
Just everything. Boo.
Spam dust, blow it all away. Oh, I almost had it in one go. Hey. What are these? Jake Marshall's? Hey, these fingerprints, Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Found a bloody handprint left in the evidence room. The print had been wiped. Marshall? That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma? This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. Blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain. Why would Officer Marshall... Like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. Oh, got him. I don't believe it. To be continued. We start the trial chat. I don't think we're going to get through the trial in 50 minutes. What do you think? Do you want to stop halfway through the next trial? Yeah, I do. Do you though? Still want to stop halfway through? I mean, we can. Watch this. And we'll see what happens. February 24th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 2. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. A different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lena! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So how'd it go? As Mr. Wright suspects, the police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. Plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lena, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, as much in the dark about this as they are. This Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belonged to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. February 24th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 9. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lena Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. It sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Ooh, boy. These are getting wild from the get-go. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I'm Officer Meekin, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is, sir, I'm what we call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. Can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. All right, here we go. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to the guard evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do it to others before they do it to you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Okay. Let's go. Right, we're just gonna start from the top. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes. Now, there's a scary thought. Evidence transfer was taking place on that day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by Chief Detective, sir. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. And tell us, what did you see when you got there? All right, spotted a suspicious man on the security screen rush into the room. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right?
There it is, I found it. This is the one right here. Would you please read us the number? Yes, sir, it's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I'm sorry, 4989596, sir. Did I get it right? I'm trying to do it fast because that's just how he is. So I'm trying to be like faster than 4989596. There you go. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? But the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during that second time when... Yes, sir, that's when I spotted the man on the security screen. Okay. Alright. So you suddenly attacked. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir, a knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's what I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. Okay. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? You know, I don't look like the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See. Must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir! That's interesting to note. You know how he mentioned that the, You notice how he mentioned that the dude's, coat was bloody? That reminds me of, oh wait, not this. Of this. We'll have to see. Alright, let's see. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious! Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying in tears of pain. That's nice. It's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, you can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins. With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The Chief? Delivered it? What is that? Videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. The videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. Objection! What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. It's like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. Video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into?
Oh, come on. Paisley found the new emote I left. Oh, well, that didn't look like a disarm. There was definitely nothing disarming about that. Hmm. He got so bodied. Hi, Etrius. What's up, fam? Yes, Paisley. You must do the Ord plus. I love that. I love that emote. It's so good. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggly piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire Criminal Affairs Department, sir. It is my stream lagging. Again. Hang on. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the frames to stop dropping. Holy crap. Hello, stream. Do you exist? Are you a thing? Today? Oh, wow. Okay, well, something is happening somewhere to where my internet is currently dying. So just hang tight for a second, and it'll stop being dumb. Because either something is being downloaded somewhere that just killed all of my internet. I don't know where that is, but it's currently happening. It's definitely occurring. I can tell that it's like, it's somebody is just like DLing or something is happening. So, it won't? It probably won't. Because right now it's being pretty steady at what bitrate it's running at, so if there's something being downloaded somewhere, I can't control it because I know it's not on my computer. I just have to wait and see if it decides to, you know, pucker up and stop being shitty. Hang on. See if I can, what happens if we go down this far right now? Oh. I think it just spiked back up, so I think we're good. Let me switch it back. Oh. Still. Damn it. No, no, it's still being janky. I think it might actually go at, hold on. Try OG 35 hundo. Okay. What is this? Oh, don't I already have that? Yeah, I do. Okay, it looks like 3500 bitrate will work, so for the time being. All right, cool. Let's go with it. All right. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Everybody good? Can see everything and all that fun jazz? Security video added to the court record. So can I look at the whole video again? Okay, cool. So I want to watch this again real quick. Solely because there was one thing I noticed that mattered a whole lot in this video, aside from the fact that Meekins literally got his ass handed to him. So notice that Goodman opens the door and the glove drops out. So that's part 1. And there goes Meekins to get his ass handed to him. Like, hey, how you doing? And oh shit. That knife does also, that knife definitely didn't look like the knife at the start, or the one that, wait a minute. That 1,000% looked like this knife. Alright, well, that's gonna be something. Let me check the bitrate and see if it's fixed. Looks like it's hunky-dory. Hey, welcome back to Not Shitty Internet. Woo! Alright, whoever was downloading something finished. Alright, let's go. Yes, well, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone in the evidence room, and some sort of, activity did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. Right. Mystery man. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that the locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Yep. All right, let's get it rolling. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as having been seen or not seen, the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter. The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are a person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking about them, you see. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'd bet my badge on it. Okay. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having been seen or not seen it. His face can't be identified in the video. Only you can verify it. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Meekins! Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claimed the man who brandished the knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. About these lockers, there is no other way to open them? No, sir, I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir, and this too. Interesting. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers at the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information, though more Hello?
The prophecy is true.
Thank you, Steam Shell Kid, for fulfilling the prophecy. Much love to you, bud. Thanks for the follow. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So, the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. So, sir, if I may say something, sir. Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can't testify enough to this, sir. Yes. Excuse me. You have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? Yeah, let's start there. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that a man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Objection! Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. He would want me to point it out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further investigate this piece of evidence, or further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. Have to point out a problem in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman? Alright, so... So... Indicates the lamp lights... Hold on. When it's opened. He dropped that. Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on, check this out. I think I got it. So, check it out. So notice how... So, take a look at this. Only assigned to detectives' prints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. If you look, watch when I rewind. He hasn't opened it yet, but the indicator light is still on. So it's already open. So he could have just walked in and grabbed it. And you could just open it without it because it was already open. Take that! Let's go. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match. The light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. Oh yeah, you can even see it right here. in the first go around. So it was already open anyway. Yeah. I just happened to think it was that way, even though his hand was already on it. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. Ooh, let's go, dude. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Ooh, baby. Order, order. What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know. It must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. Oh, Judge. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed the system sensor? Something jammed the sensor. Say, something else that seems out of place in this video. I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. I know what it is too. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. Fast forward. Oh no, it's not the mascot. You ready? Hello there! Notice what falls out when he immediately opens it? There's only one reason that would immediately fall out like that. I'm pretty certain of this. If it's not, I will be very surprised and have no idea. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. The glove jammed the thing so he could open it still. And stamp. Oh. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my car door, sir. We can't be sure. We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Yeah, like when the glove falls out. Hello? What's up, Yo-Yo What's up, Yo-Yo Mandarin? How you doing, bud? This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door?
Bow, bow. It's a rubber glove.
Slap him with it! I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. Huh? The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, it would appear so, sir. Order, order, order. So, are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated the possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. Okay. Mystery Man 2. Okay. There's one other thing that proves the man was the Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used this card. Okay. We know that was true. An ID card record, I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Edgeworth is classy boy. Oh, yeah. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim. Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few... Hello?
The prophecy is true.
Thank you, Monrin, for fulfilling the prophecy. Much love, bud. Thanks for the follow. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transfer there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. How are we gonna... Okay. This one's gonna be a little bit harder. Alright. So, unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the V for victory sign, sir. Couldn't he just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. Yeah, you're right, Judge. To enter the evidence room must use their ID card. Yep. Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right here, this card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. Yeah, I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony. Okay. Alright, when ID card is used, there's a record of it. We know. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman. What's the matter? according to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor. The prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide the evidence.
Mommy, is that man Blue a murderer?
Shh, don't stare at him. You've got the wrong color, kid. It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Must be so difficult for him. Okay. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. Why does your Edgeworth voice remind me of that one guy on Team Rocket? What, James? Team Rocket, blast off at the speed of light. What, like that? There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked? Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. I mean, isn't this right? The ID card record shows that it was before the murder, not at the time of the crime, right? Unless I'm also overthinking it. Yep, I am. What am I missing then? When ID card is used, there's a record of it. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. Oh, because... Never mind. Oh, never mind. It's because... I think this is right. Yeah, because the card was found at the prosecutor's office, so how the hell could he have used it at the same time over there? Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report. It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. Doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order. Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are 2 grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murderer in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. Ain't going to end well. Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place. At the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murder being Miss Lena Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Oh, sneeze time. Easy, boy. Heals me. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I have to do something or else Lena... What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this? Out of this mess. Objection! Throw the objection out! Just do it! One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Slam. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident in the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean... Your Honor? The defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then. Mr. Wright, this person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name? Take it! Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? Can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works at the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Boom. And with that, chat, is where we are going to end today. Perfect timing. We will find out what happens tomorrow. What will Jake Marshall say? What will other people say? What kind of fingers will be pointed? And where? Find out tomorrow. The next episode of I Play This Game. Ah! Alright, I will see you all tomorrow, 8 p.m. EST. Thank you very much to everybody for the subs, follows, raids, all that good stuff. Love all of you guys. Thank you all again. Hopefully, for those who are new, that you do come back and say hello again. I do appreciate every one of you that does hang out here in our little corner of the world. A very nice place. So, I will see you all tomorrow. More than likely, we're just going to keep going at this, and we're going to try and get as much of this done as we can. See what happens, so... follow my Twitter, join Discord for updates and all that good stuff. So, love you guys. I'm out. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out, guys. Oh, boy.